Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be taking a look at XRP. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, taking a look at the weekly chart, I did add a trend line here that connects the top from April 2021 and the top from January 2025 to get an idea of where future resistance could meet the price action candles. So at the moment, if we were to continue pumping vertically from $3, which is our current level, we would run into $3.35, 36 to 40 cents. So that would be our major resistance, and we got rejected from that level 2 times previously, or from this trend line rather. Now, according to the Fibonacci retracement that we have set up from the bottom here in March 2020 to the top here in December 2017, now I think we set that up on the monthly chart. That's why it is a little bit off. So I just switched over to the monthly. You can see the bottom is right there in March 2020 and the top is there in December 2017. And we only count the bodies of the candles. We don't use the wicks, even though you could do that, but I like to be more conservative, so I just use the candles. And according to this Fibonacci retracement, we're looking at $4.65 as our minimal target during the bull market. That is going to be 56% from our current price, and that will be 21.6% from the all-time high, which was at $3.80, roughly $3.80. So that's the minimal target that we're looking at. I don't think XRP is going to get to crazy valuations. People are expecting triple digits. Some people are talking about thousands of dollars, which is insane in my opinion. But from the current price to the all-time high, we're still 29% off. And I think it's pretty certain at this point that XRP will be breaking its all-time high. Bitcoin is starting its rally, and I did mention this on Patreon briefly, but if we are going to see a summer rally, this could be reminiscent of the 2019 summer rally, and we might see a local peak somewhere in August with a subsequent correction, and then again a move to the upside towards the end of the year. Q4 presumably is going to be very bullish. But with that being said, XRP can outperform the rest of the market, or it can go along with the market, or it can underperform against the rest of the market. So far, XRP has been performing extremely well. It has held its own nicely here from the local top there. We corrected approximately 50%, which is a healthy correction after such a crazy move here. In just a few months, we did a 563% to the upside. So that was insane, and a 50% correction from there is nothing. We did wick all the way down to $1.65, and now we're up 76% from that low in April. And if you're looking to get into XRP at this point, I would suggest against it. When we were doing TA videos on XRP during this bear market here, I was giving you some buying prices. We were talking about this symmetrical triangle and the possibility of a breakout. I did not expect a breakout as massive as this, but we did expect a breakout nonetheless. So if you were buying in, let's say at around 50 cents, you are doing pretty good at the moment. You're sitting at 470%. That's almost a 6x in just a few months, right? In a year or so. So that's a really good trade. If you are up that much on a strong asset like this, I would recommend, or not recommend, but if I was in your place, I would probably take some profits off the table off of a strong high cap altcoin like that, and maybe I would redistribute that into some lower cap coins, maybe in the top 20, maybe in the top 30, some RWA/AI picks that in my opinion would do pretty well, or will do pretty well. or you can just move that money to the side and just keep it for the next bear market. That's up to you to decide. So the monthly RSI is once again entering the overbought, and this doesn't necessarily mean that we have to sell immediately, but this means that we have to be on the lookout. If we use previous history as an indicator, you can see we had this massive move to the upside initially in June 2017, and this was all the way down here, and then we had another massive move, but on the price action chart, as you can see, this looks like this, right? We have a top here at 28 cents, and then we have another top over here at $3.40, 70 cents, whatever it was. But on the RSI, that's a double top. So that was a bearish divergence. We could have something similar here. We'll keep an eye on the monthly RSI because this is the biggest time frame that we're looking at. This is a very important time frame. So once the RSI starts getting past 80, you have to be alert, and if your targets are met, I would suggest you take profits. Or if you think that the market is coming to an end, then you should definitely sell and get out of your altcoins. I don't recommend holding altcoins over a bear market because I've done that. It's not a great feeling. So make sure to at least keep, if you're looking to keep something, I would keep Bitcoin. But even then, if you know Bitcoin is going to roll over and there's going to be a bear market, then I would also take profits on Bitcoin. But anyway, you guys should have your own strategy. In case of a correction, let's say there's a bearish case, something happens, someone mentions XRP, Trump tweets out that XRP is poop, then we might have a correction. And I would be targeting the 20 monthly EMA. That's currently sitting at $1.61. Yes, it seems a bit far off from the current prices, but we were there just a few months ago, and if we have a black swan event, we could have a move all the way down there. So from where we are to that yellow moving average, that 20 EMA there is where we could end up very, very shortly. If we switch back to the weekly chart, let's take a look at the oscillators there so we can have an idea of what is going on. So the weekly chart, the stochastic RSI is starting to get into the overbought, while the RSI is, let's see. So the RSI is still not in the overbought. It's going to get there relatively soon. If we manage to break through the resistance trend line that I outlined on the price action chart, we could have lots of volume coming in. And of course, volume coming in is always good. That would be a confirmation of the breakout. And then if the stochastic and the RSI go parabolic from there, that's going to be really bullish. Now, the last time we had a bullish cross on the MACD. So the MACD is a lagging indicator. So never trade based on the MACD alone, but you can use it as a confirmation indicator. So in this case, we had a bullish cross in November 2024. After that, we had a massive move to the upside. Then we had a bullish cross in July 2025, which is right now. And this could be your precursor to a massive move to the upside. So make sure to keep an eye on those oscillators there. But again, if you're looking to get into XRP, I think it's not worth getting in right now because the potential profit that you're going to make is really insignificant compared to what you can make with some of the other coins, even in the top 10 or let's say in the top 20, top 30. I would say best case scenario, we get to $6 to $7 with XRP, and that'll be the end of the story. I think anything around $10 is not going to happen. I could be wrong, right? And I hope I'm wrong, because if you guys are going to make money with XRP, that's great. But make sure not to get married to the project, because I know there's lots of people who like to hodl and they end up sitting through massive corrections and bear markets. But I would recommend against that. I would recommend taking profits and then reinvesting at bear market bottoms. Thank you all for watching this video. Let me know, what are your thoughts? Where are you planning to buy XRP, and where are you planning to sell your XRP? Stay safe, everyone, and goodbye.